Welcome to the Preschool All Stars podcast. I'm your host, Joy Anderson, and with us today is an amazing preschool all star, Connie Doctor-Jones. How are you, girl?
Doing good. How are you, Joy?
So good. Okay, so I've been very excited to talk to you. I reached out and I was like, "Hey, I want to talk about your preschool journey." And you're like, "But I did an art camp." And I'm like, "That's why I want to talk to you because it's like
Yeah.
it's it's all different. Like everybody comes into our program with different things. And so we're going to talk all about your art camp. So pumped. But before we dive into that, let's talk first about where were you in your life before you came into our world? What were some of the things that you were struggling with?
Well, I had been a Head Start teacher and had a dream of my daughter and I both Head Start teachers and had a dream for a while of opening our own. Actually, we wanted to do the Georgia State lottery. It's called State Pre-K,
Mm,
and and we just had that as a dream,
yeah.
and dreams just sitting there. So here came COVID, and then we had to during the shutdown we had to do online, and then uh, that was in 20. So in 21, that's when my whole family became infected, and so
Mm,
I got the worst of it because I'm asthmatic.
wow.
I was asthmatic. So while I was home and trying to heal and trying to figure this out with my health, I was on Facebook and I saw your book come through, and I was like, that's interesting. We want to do that, but I was like, I don't trust people. I'm not gonna, a hoax. I'm not doing it. So,
That
oh
free book, it's a hoax.
yeah. So after seeing it, I don't know, maybe about 4 or 5 times,
Yeah.
I said, you know what? What's the worst that can happen? I'll use my credit card, and the worst that can happen is I don't get the book. So
Okay.
today I opened the door, and there the package was, and I was there like this. Oh,
It's real.
oh my God! I went to my door. Look, she's real. She's real. She really said it's real. My goodness.
I
So
love it.
I was I started reading a book, some things I already knew because I had taught state pre-K and Head Start, and stuff
Yeah.
like that. But it was still I was just holding the book alone, Joy, to be honest with you, was
Yeah.
just exhilarating because
Oh.
like, the dream is here in this book
Mhm.
in my heart.
Yeah.
So um that kept me going because being sick is very depressing and discouraging. So
Mhm.
you connecting with you kept me going, and me writing down dreams and visions and things like that. Now, one of those dreams that my daughter and I talked about was doing an art summer camp.
Yeah.
And so I wrote that down, write the vision and make it plain. I wrote those
Mhm.
down, and I said, okay, when we start a preschool, I need to know where to get supplies. So I started just researching on what's the big box store what is it, German, the Switzerland Swiss store, uh
IKEA?
IKEA, yeah.
IKEA.
I went to IKEA,
Yeah.
Amazon, this, all the school supplies and
Yeah.
computer prices, and just writing down where I would get, what's the cheapest place to get things
Yeah.
for school for whenever we start. So
Mm.
that's when I started to, feel better because my mind wasn't on being sick. My mind was on planning for the preschool. So I began, join preschool system, and I just started watching your videos and listening to the Preschool All Stars. And then I said, oh no, can't afford to, join. But you got me when you said join for $1. And I was like, I'm just gonna do $1 30 days.
Whatever gets you in.
Got me. And I haven't turned back since. Happy
Yeah.
school. However, I find it worth staying because I do jump on the support Saturdays every now and then. Sharice is like, "Come on, Connie, I came in the same time as you. Let's get it together." I said, "I know, Sharice. I don't know. I just can't." So what happened? Fast forward to this year. My daughter is a ballerina, and she has a dream of opening a dance school. So then we was looking around for a place for her. And I said, no, wait a minute. Why am I just going to just look for a place for her? How about we ask about what my daughter and I, my other daughter, my oldest daughter and I want to do, which is an art camp.
Yeah.
So while we were speaking to the gentleman at the county activity center about my youngest daughter's program, I said, what would you guys want to do? What would you have room for, like a art camp?
Yeah.
Art summer camp for a few hours a day? And he was like, sure. And I was like, oh, okay.
This is getting real.
So we talked to him about what we wanted to do, and I said, we haven't gotten any. We're not art majors or anything like that. We just love art.
Yeah.
When my children were coming up, in the summertime, we would do work in the morning, reading and math and things of that nature. And then in the afternoon, we would do art, and we would go to the zoo and do cultural things around the city. And so, and that's one of my favorite centers to be in when I'm in my classroom.
Mm.
Anybody want to come make a collage? I have the glue. Look, I have it's my center. That's my center. I stay there. So fast forward, he explained that we would get 80% of the profit. They would take 20. They would do all the registration. We didn't have to do anything really. We didn't have to do anything because the parents would come in. They would and pay them.
Wow.
And then they would advertise, send a blast, the email. Uh-oh. They would send an email out. I'm sorry.
That's
The
okay.
out to the, I don't know, it's somewhere over there. They would send an email out to all the parents, so they already have a clientele
Yeah.
of people who are getting emails from the county
Yeah.
about all kinds of programs, the senior programs, basketball programs, and
Right.
yoga programs, all of those things that's happening there. So then, guess what else was advertised? Our art program, and I was already on that email. So here it came.
That's so cool.
Join us for an unforgettable summer art camp. And my daughter and I were like, we're on, mommy, look. And then they also put it on their Facebook page.
Wow.
So she said, mommy, look, it's us, summer art
Yeah.
camp. And so we really didn't do much, honestly. We went to where the kids were, and I learned that, I don't know if you want to say terminology, but that way of explaining it
Yeah.
from Creative Craft Club, I think it is.
Yeah. Yeah. They're awesome. Go where the kids are. Yep.
Go to where the kids are.
Yeah.
And I said to my daughter, we actually went to where the kids was. We were, and we didn't even realize what we were doing. Just we didn't do any advertising. We didn't hand out any flyers, anything. We didn't do anything hardly.
So let me clarify really quick so that everybody understands we're on the same page here. My guess is it's a community activity center where they have these classes, they're rolling, they're all year round, but it's obviously, okay, the session is 8 weeks or it's 12 weeks or whatever, and they've got them at different times of the day and all sorts of different ones. And you can just sign up. It's typically online for their whole program, right? Is that what we're talking? Same thing, because they're in every city, right?
No, not online, in person. It's the county's.
Oh, no. What I meant was the online registration. Like you could go to their website and
Yes,
sign up online. Yeah, but no, it's like a center. It's like an activity center that people go to for the activities.
absolutely.
Yes. Oh, that is such a good idea. Like you're the first, I think, preschool all-star, at least that I know of, who's ever done that before. That, and you didn't even have to market. Okay. So you see all the marketing. Now what happens?
We set up our days, and we set it up with the director of what we wanted to do it for how many days and how many hours. So we had 2 sessions, a morning session and afternoon session, 3 hours each. And then he had availability later in the month where we only did 1 session for the week and in the morning, and then the other session was afternoon only. And
Cool.
we had a total of 16 and 6, I think 22 children the first week.
Wow.
2 sessions.
Uh-huh.
And the other 2 weeks combined, I think was about 27 or 28. My daughter's been keeping the record, so she would know better than me.
Right.
So that was like $75 per kid, and then we kept 80% of it. So we would, do an invoice, and they would take the 20, and then we would wait for a check from the county.
That is amazing.
It is.
So have you started it yet?
Have we started? Yeah, we did it. We're done for the
You're
summer.
done. Oh my gosh, that's awesome.
Done, and we were just sitting and saying, "Do we even know what just happened?" Honestly, like, what just happened? We
Right.
hardly did any marketing. The kids
Yeah.
came. And what was so amazing was we had one child, even though because we gave ourselves a lunch break in between.
Yeah.
Um, for the first week. So we did like 9 to 12. I might have the numbers off, but you get the idea. Like
Yeah.
9 to 12, and then like from 12 to 1 we had lunch, and then we
Yep.
got up, and then the next group came in from like 1 to 4.
Yeah.
Had one parent who signed the child up for both, and
Cool.
like, I'm sorry, but we're
We need
lunch
lunch?
out of all program. So she would pick him up and take him to
Okay.
the whatever, because there's a park right outside,
Right. Yeah.
and then bring him back. And then we had another brother and sister who came the first week and the second and third week. So basically we had them the whole summer. Not the
That's
whole
awesome.
time we had a session, they were there.
Yeah.
So we also had another child who was there pretty much the whole time as well. But most of them were just there for that session and didn't
Right.
come. And it was a phenomenal experience because you dream of being your own boss.
Yeah.
And I've been dreaming of this for a while, then met you, then saw how tangible it could be. And but I still had a hard time pushing the needle. Life gets in the way, you
Mhm.
working, and then like I said, my daughter's a ballerina, so I was always on the road, driving up and down, my family and I, taking her to dance class and her performances and stuff like that. So it just felt like once you get home, we're homeowners and something's always have to be done. And then it's just when you sit down, you're like, when am I going to do this? You feel like you just don't have time. So that I stepped out, and we were so excited. I mean, we were just literally hugging in the classroom, like, this is really happening. And hugging, like, we can't believe this is wonderful, like getting teary-eyed and having to calm myself down. And they also had what was good was they had like a patio right outside of the room,
Yeah.
cornhole and paddleball table, and they had some sports, the equipment and stuff like that. And
Yeah.
so our equipment, because we have stuff like bowling and jump ropes and things like
Right.
that. So we were to give the children a break, because who wants to sit there 3 straight apart, right? And
Yeah.
so I said, okay, we'll go outside for a few minutes and come in. But it wound up being longer than 15 minutes.
Yeah.
Children really wanted to socialize and have fun and just be kids and yell and scream and play a game and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And so we gave them that opportunity, and we came to realize that we need to just try to do 2 good activities per day and give
Mm.
them like 45-minute, time outside to just be kids. So we were
Yeah.
out there, and we would do things like, Friday, bring your fan Friday, because we're going to do boots on the ground, stuff like that. So they enjoy being there. We're silly, we're goofy. And so the kids seem to really have a lot of fun with us.
Yeah.
And so we did music and movement, and to break it up, and got the kids involved in helping them clean up and set up and pass things out. So they really felt like they owned the classroom, and they
Yeah.
owned, and we didn't take long learning their names. And that's, they would come in, good morning, Johnny.
Yeah.
And they're looking like, she knows my name. You teach for a while, it doesn't take long. The first day,
Yeah.
when they come in, you might make a couple of mistakes, but we made sure to smile and speak, as we've been doing
Right.
and things like that. And we took pickup time very seriously. We have pickup cards for the for the families.
Mhm.
And we reassured them that they wouldn't be walking around the center to use the bathroom, that we would escort them to the bathroom
Right.
back. And that seems to give parents a big level of comfort.
Mm,
And, we let them know that we're educators and we take that very seriously. They're not roaming around, going to the bathroom by
yeah.
themselves. There's adults coming in. Seniors are coming in to play basketball
Yeah.
with the group. People are coming in doing pickleball. And so we all went to the bathroom together as a group. And
Yeah.
so we treated it like it was school.
That's a good tip. So, are you pondering doing anything through the fall and winter ideas?
Yeah, I'm pondering.
Okay.
Jelly, after I advertised, she said that sounds lucrative. It's something you can partner with schools with, and was like, oh, I didn't even think of that. Thank you, Jelly.
So,
So
Natalie Encarnacion,
I
that's
know,
what she does.
I know because a friend of mine told me about the Crafty Kids, Crafty.
Yeah,
I'm saying it wrong.
that's okay.
Creative Crafty Club or
Uh-huh.
something. So I've been following them, and I said,
Yeah.
oh. And then I was on their website, and it says our friend Natalie, and I was like, wait a minute, I know Natalie. I wonder if
Yeah.
that's Natalie for All Stars. And so
Right.
for the video, I was like,
That's her.
Natalie, that's right. Does her after school
Right.
program and things. And I said,
Yeah.
wow, amazing. And so, yeah, the juices are flowing.
Awesome. Well, we are so proud of you, and it was such a cool concept that you shared with us. So if there was any preschool all-star that was out there that was like, this is on my heart, but it's maybe not fully formed yet, if she was pondering the idea of joining preschool all-stars, what would you say to her?
And don't hesitate. Do not hesitate. This is not a hoax. We are real people. We're not paid people. We are real people with dreams, and dreams need not only you need a map. You
Mhm.
need a mentor. You need a coach. You need encouragement. You need sisterhood. You need those things, and that's what everything that preschool all stars is.
Mhm.
What you need a support system. You need somebody to tell you to keep going. You need somebody to tell you, oh, come on, Connie, get it together. Been here for 5 years, almost 4 years. Come on, you need that. You need somebody to say you can do it. It's okay. You need joy, who will say just do it. No one says it has to be perfect and right.
Mhm.
Just do it. And the more that I even pay attention to, when you're having problems with businesses and things like that. And I said, gee whiz, anybody can be a business owner, huh? Why would somebody do, things like that? So you can do it.
Yeah.
I'm still struggling with the hub. And I guess it doesn't help that I didn't really need the hub for my
I know. I'm like, who cares about the hub right now, Connie? They're running your marketing, your registration, your payments. Like, go along for the ride.
yeah, yeah, right. Exactly.
Oh, girl. Well, thank you so much for being here. If anybody's listening and hasn't joined Preschool All Stars yet, be sure to go to preschoolallstars.com. Connie, thank you so much for being here today.
Thank you, Joy. Thank you.
You're welcome. All right. We'll see you later.